the one who is with money and the one who is not with the money. The one who is not with the money, so I request all of them to first start with the ChatGPT. And you master that thing. And for mastering that thing, there are a lot of content available on the World Wide Web, internet. So how to use the ChatGPT, what ChatGPT is capable of, what can be done with the help of the ChatGPT. So you master one tool first. Okay. Now this ChatGPT will help you to master other tools. There is this deepfakes. Okay, so nowadays the parents are getting a call from the fraudster and they're using the photos of their children's and they're making a agent or a model, okay, which will exactly look like your son or daughter, and they're putting a video to you. We have caught that particular daughter of son of yours and we need so and so dollars to our account, so we will release him. And actually the son is coolly sitting in the school and taking the education because the parents are not aware, and they're using the deepfakes for blackmailing and extortion of money and all that stuff. So we have to be very careful about that also. The new frauds are coming up.
Hello viewers, I am Anup Tabe. I welcome you all in our podcast series, Conversation with Business Shujas. Today we have a very interesting guest from India. He is a young, dynamic professional. He is a chartered accountant from India and also a faculty member of AICA Forum of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. He has already trained more than 3,000 fellow members of the institute and more than 400 students. And he also travels across the globe in various CA chapters to train the members. Very recently, he came here for our CA chapter in Nairobi to train the members, and also quite a few number of non-members from the corporate attended this session. And I am lucky that I also attended the session. That is why I invited him for this podcast, because we can get enriched from his vast knowledge in artificial intelligence through this podcast. He is a practicing chartered accountant in India with his own firm, with more than 10 years of experience in tax, audit, corporate governance, GST, and other corporate taxes. And also he is an AI enthusiast and AI expert. I welcome you, CA Anup Tabe, in our podcast.
Thank you.
So I would start with the very relevant topic of artificial intelligence, because you are an expert in that. Though you are from finance background, but you are an expert in AI. So in current scenario, the people who are not from tech background, people like us. So for them, I mean, what is the best way to stay updated with the massive transformation that is happening with AI? Because we all need to stay relevant. And for that, what will be the way to do that?
Okay, first of all, thank you for putting me as a AI expert, but let me bifurcate it into the two parts. Okay, there are two angles to the artificial intelligence. The first angle is being technical. The person, the developers, and the companies who are actually making these products, AI as a tool, or AI as a large language model, or AI as a chatbot, or AI something doing something for everyone. Okay, so that is one part of it. So wherein the actual technical people are working to bring this product to the market, so we all can use as a end user. And the second part of this being a expertise is that I belong to that part where I am also not a technical person. As you are aware, I am a chartered accountant by profession and more of audit, taxation and finance person. So in this context, what happens basically, you need to learn a lot of tools which is available. Most of the tools in today's context is free. It's a freemium model. So initial few tokens will be made available to you. So those can be used and tested by you. But over and above that, you have to have the use cases. You have to have a repository of the use cases and the libraries of the prompt, because the tools are very common for all the people. So all the professionals, for example, engineer, doctors, lawyers, CAs, all are using the AI tools, but they are using the AI tools differently. So in your domain, whatever the domain you belong to, you have to find out first what are the problem statement. What are the areas where most of your time will be spent? So we call it like a manual work or a repetitive nature of work, or we call it a mundane work. So where we are spending the most of our time. So we need to find out all those problem statements. Once the problem statements are identified, we need to see how we can take the help of the AI to resolve this problem statement. So for doing that, we need to understand what tools are capable of. So every tool has a different capabilities. For example, certain tools are good with the data analysis, certain tools are good with the comparison of the two data sets and finding the anomalies. Certain tools are good with the arithmetical and numerical calculations, which is number crunching. For example, you want to submit some CMA or project financials for the loan to be taken from the bank. So first we need to understand the tool in a depth, any given tool. Okay, for naming some tools like ChatGPT is there, then Google Gemini is there, Cloud is there, Perplexity is there, and there are a lot of tools. Matlab, as you are aware, it's full of a number of tools which is available in the today's context. So you have to first understand the functionality of the tools. Once you understand the functionality of the tools, and there are their problem statements. Okay, so you have your own problem statement, and there are tools which will help you to solve those problem statements. Once that has been linked, so you have to create your own prompts. So for example, you want to compare two Excel files and come up with some kind of differences between the two Excel files. So you have to draft your own prompt for that. These are the two Excels. So prompt is something we need to understand. Prompt is an instruction we give to the artificial intelligence systems, any of the chatbots. So once you give your data along with the prompts, it will be able to resolve that. And this is not a one-time activity. You keep on refining your prompts, because sometimes the output may not be expected. Whatever the output you are getting, that is not as per your expectations. So you have to either refine the prompt or you have to change the tool to match the output. Once these both things are done, now then you convert this into the repository of the use cases. So all your problem statements can be converted to the repository of the use cases. So basically it will have some sample data, it will have the prompts, and it will have the expected output. So you can run on that part of it. So whatever the domain you belong, first try to learn all the functionalities of all the AI tools available. Maybe you can start by like ChatGPT and you keep on going with the other tools. You understand the functionality, you need to understand your problem statement, and then you have to believe whether a particular AI tool will solve that problem. So for that, you need to do a lot of practical activities. Then do that testing. It's like a iteration mode. In first go, you may not get the proper output or the proper responses. You better focus on improving your prompts, improving your use cases. And once that is all done, you're good to go with that particular AI tool, particular prompt, particular problem statement, and the expected output. So any task, let's say for sake of statistics, if you're doing any task before in 1 hour, say time, so AI will be able to finish the task within a minute. Then you are left with like 59 minutes saved in that particular activity. So you have to put another 5 minutes to verify the outputs. So that is the way you can adopt the artificial intelligence tools, functionalities, problem statements, and use cases in your domain. Yep.
Okay. So as you explained very elaborately to us, our viewers, I'm sure will take this note. On that context, I would like to ask you, do you think training sessions, training programs can really help to be an prudent AI user?
Yeah, I take your question very well on that part of it. You started the conversation, I being an expert and I being a technical person. But let me tell you, I'm not a technical person in a way. I'm the person who knows how to use the AI tools better. I'm not the person who can create a new AI tool altogether. So first of all, you have to give up that fear part of it. Okay, I'm not a technical and how I'm going to use the artificial intelligence tool. It's like now there is a concept of NLP, natural language processing. So you don't have to learn and understand the way computer understand the codes. You just have to learn an English, a basic. Or some AI tools are multilinguistic. Even you can use your domestic mother tongue, or you can use your regional languages or vernacular tones and all that. So still they will be able to understand. So first thing, don't be under impression that you have to be a technical person. Okay, then you can start using the AI tools like a normal human being who don't understand the technology at all. But you have to understand how to write a good prompts. So that is the key part, getting used to it, and you have to understand the functionalities. Now coming to your question of the training. So training will definitely help you to understand the functionality of the tools, because the trainer will have his own coffee, flavorize his own way, because his problem statement are different, your problem statements are different. So he will give you a use cases. So those are like a good starting point. So you understand, okay, this is possible, that is possible, that is possible. Then you try to relate your problem statement with the samples given by your trainer. Okay, so first understand the functionality and the tools, then you try to create your own copy. Because your problem statements are unique to you. So trainer may not be possible for the trainer to give you all the use cases and all the ready-made material. So you have to create your own prompts and repository of the use cases. So this will help you to go ahead with the AI tools. Yeah, it will take time. It's not that easy. Matlab, you have to first learn all the functionality tools because they are updating very fast. Keep yourself updated and then try to have a use cases around the same, which will solve your daily problems basically.
Okay, so say these training programs, I'm sure a lot of training programs are available around. Of course, in India and I'm sure in Kenya also, we are also trying in our own way. But there are two aspects about these training programs, especially for developing countries like Kenya. Where not all the people have the monetary power to go for expensive training programs, and usually these very technical training programs, AI is a very niche thing, so they are expensive. So I would like to get your insight that when a person decides to go for a training program, what are the factors that he or she should keep in mind while choosing which training program will be suitable for that person, because money is a limited resource, so we have to use it prudently. That's why I'm saying.
So the preferable option first thing is that we will bifurcate it into the two parts. The one who is with money and the one who is not with the money. The one who is not with the money, so I request all of them to first start with the ChatGPT. And you master that thing. And for mastering that thing, there are a lot of content available on the World Wide Web, internet. So how to use the ChatGPT, what ChatGPT is capable of, what can be done with the help of the ChatGPT. So you master one tool first. Okay. Now this ChatGPT will help you to master other tools, because you can ask all the questions, all the functionalities, all the problem statement to that, and it will help you to do. For example, you can ask a ChatGPT, how do I use a Gemini or any of the large language model or any of the GPT models or any of the AI tool to basically edit an image. So it will give you options. Oh, okay, these are the tools available. These are the functionalities. You just go there, put a similar prompt like this, and your work will be done. So first thing is first, you have to master the ChatGPT. For those people who are not going into the training program, so they can go on a own pace with the self-learning. So one tool at a time, then you master that and go to the second tool, then go to the third tool, go to the fourth tool. There is a site called, there is an AI for that.com. Okay, you can go there and there are huge number of tools are already listed. So you try to put your problem statement and it will give you a list of tools which can make your life simple. So that is the first approach. Second approach, the one who want to go for a training. So training, there are a lot of options available on all the social media platforms like Instagram. There are options, then LinkedIn also learning, then Udemy and other platforms are there. Just try to find out a course which where the speaker is belongs to your domain. For example, you are a chartered accountant by profession. So what I ask you to do, you can do a course which is like AI in ICA, which is where you already done that part of it. So that is specifically curated for the chartered accountants. So please try to find out a trainer who is working in your domain and the use cases are relevant, because you'll be extract more and more details from that course. If you go to some cross domains, you feel that the functionality you will learn, but now use cases are not exactly relevant to your domain. So you have to do a lot of hard work. So when you go to the person who is already part of your profession, so it will be very helpful. Whatever the use cases is going to give, that will be a very good base to start with.
Okay, yeah, that is a good point that you mentioned. Yes, so whoever is going for the training, they have to keep that in mind, that which profession or which segment you belong to, and try to go to a course which is meant for largely for your profession or your kind of background.
Yeah, because what happened I'll tell you, even if somebody may not be required to take any of the course, because the content what is already available is huge. But the problem is that it's like a huge content, and finding a perfect curated content for you itself is a challenge. So that's why you may need to put some efforts and go to the different videos and try to find the content which is relevant to you. So for example, a person who is from the finance, account, taxation, and if you go to any of the online course and they are like most of them are teaching how do you sell, marketing and other stuff, so he may feel disconnected and he may lose the interest. So you have to be very careful which content you are watching for the upgradation of your artificial intelligence skills. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I can get it, because while doing the training, you were giving us use cases which are very relevant to us. So it kept us hooked and we were interested because we could connect. Yeah, we could connect with it. So I get it. Yeah. So from there, I want to come to another very impending topic related to AI, which is data protection. So I would like to get your insight about the huge risk which is attached to this data privacy when we are using AI.
Okay, so this is very important aspect while using the artificial intelligence, and most of the people ignore that particular thing. Ki we have to worry about the data privacy, data leakages, or we are giving our data to the multinationals and they are using data in a very wrong way. So the first thing, let us bifurcate that into the two parts. Okay, there is a professional angle to that, and there is a personal angle to that. So whenever you are uploading something, let's talk about the personal stuff. So whenever you are uploading some personal data to the any of the GPTs, you should be aware that your data may be misused. So be cautious. I recommend not to update any of the so-called security or sensitive data what you have. It could be like bank credentials. It could be like your KYC numbers like a passport, your PAN numbers, your key identifiers, your citizenship numbers and other stuff. So try to avoid uploading those kind of data. Okay, that is the first thing. So you can upload other data. So which the data is already available on the internet. For example, your photographs. You must have uploaded all your photographs to your Facebook, Instas and LinkedIn and everywhere. So if I search your name, I could get like 10, 15, 20 photographers to you. So that is already there. So you should not worry about that part of it. But better to avoid uploading a photo from a family who do not have any social media presence. Or it could be some senior person from your family and you're uploading a group photo. So even if he is not having an account or he is not active on the worldwide network, by your means, the photos are being uploaded there. So you have to be very cautious. In your case, you can go ahead because it's already there. It's nothing to worry. We already given that data to them. So that is the first part. Second thing, try to avoid all the sensitive data. Never upload any kind of sensitive data. Third, you can do the data anonymization. For example, you want to analyze your blood reports. You have like 10 blood reports from last 5 years and you want to do some analysis, how your sugar is keeping, how your blood pressure is keeping and all that. So try to remove the names. There are a lot of tools available and use the offline tools, not the online tools, which will help you to anonymize the data. So basically what you have to do in your blood report, there are certain key identifiers like your name, your mobile number or some kind of number which directly relates the report to you. So remove all these details with the help of the data anonymization. So you can use various tools offline available for the same. Other way down, there is a concept of redaction. So you have to do the redaction of a data. So redaction is again will remove all the KYC identifiers from the data. So once you remove everything, so that blood report, nobody will be able to identify whose blood report is this. Or for example, you are analyzing some kind of CVs or resumes. So you have to remove all the KYC identifiers and upload the data. So along with that, you can upload a KRA for that particular job, and this both can be analyzed together and you will find out whether the person is suitable for this particular job. But what you have to do, you have to remove all the KYC details so you are not hampering into somebody's privacy or you are not making his data public. Same goes for the enterprise level, but enterprise level has a better options available because most of the enterprise will be going with the paid versions at the enterprise level. So their data will be handled with the service level agreements. So the company, the multinational which is providing, for example, you have X company and you are taking some solutions from the multinational. So they make sure that your data is kept guardrailed, protected. Okay, so there you don't have to worry. You just have to look into the service level agreements and how your data being used. So that is one thing. Second, if you're not going at the enterprise level also, if you're not going with the paid option or even if you're going with the paid options, it's always better to keep not to upload a sensitive data, or even if you want to upload a sensitive data, please try to redact that data or remove the names and the let's say you're uploading some quarter financials. Okay, the quarter is just closed and you want to upload the financials for the purpose of analysis, but that may result into stuff like insider trading because you're making a data public which is not available to the public, that has not went to the listed organizations or whatever the listed authority you have here in Kenya or like in India we have SEBI and all that. So it's very crucial that those financials should not go to the market before they are officially published. So in that case you can remove the period and everything and just do the data analysis. That is another way of handling the data privacy in a way. Okay, and the best option available as of now today is that you have to go with a model which is called offline. Okay, that model is particularly you are trying to run a large language model available for whatever. There are a number of models available. You can go to the Hugging Face. responsibly.com. There's a site and which will give you the list of model available. Around there are 2.1 million models available to download and use. Okay, and they also give an application where you can run that application for the personal. You can have that model downloaded to your computers because the and then you can use it. So basically your data is not going out of your system. Even if your system is not connected to the internet, that LLM will be able to generate responses. So it could be able to generate images. It will be also able to do the data analysis, or it will be also able to give you output and the responses required. The similar level what you're getting in the online. They're not updated till date, but you will get like 70-80% responses at part. So that is another way of handling the data privacy and secrecy. One more option you have when you are at the enterprise level, you can develop your own infrastructure at the offices with the help of offline GPTs or offline LLM installed on your own servers. So where data is being controlled by you. So whatever you are putting, that is residing within your network and within your database. That is not going outside to any third-party vendor or any multinational company. So that way you can handle that. And over and above that, there is a concept of RAG. Retrieval augmented generation. So you can use the RAG models to update your existing offline GPTs. So this is the best way, but the concern with this is that this requires a lot of finances, because you have to put a lot of capital expenditures to bring in those GPUs and the huge servers and the databases and everything. So that cost you have to bear for the data privacy and other stuff. Yeah.
Okay. And this for the enterprise level, I understand that you have to invest in the server and the hardware for bringing this RAG. But at the
offline
GPTs and at the personal level, during the training session also you mentioned, and here also right now you mentioned that you can get some apps offline in your computer, and then you can do the analysis. For that we need to invest in some kind of extra hardwares, right?
Not extra hardware basically, but whatever the laptop you are currently using, those laptops do not have NPUs. Neural process units and GPUs, graphical process unit. So whenever you are upgrading your systems, just make sure that you are at least going with the 32 GB as a RAM. The RAM you already used to have 8 to 16 GBs, and we feel that is sufficient. But this offline will take a lot of toll on your resources of your laptop or of your computer. So go with the basic 32 GB of a RAM and at least a 4 GB of a graphics card, a dedicated one, not the onboard like Intel gives. We have to go with the graphics GPUs, which is called RTX also. There are a lot of companies who are giving the graphics. Intel is going with some NVIDIA's graphics, and then there are other companies going with the other graphics cards. So you have to have a graphics card on your laptop or on your computer, and NPU also, which will help you to have a machine which can at least run some kind of GPTs offline on your system. That is a requirement.
Okay, so this is probably a marginally higher cost that we have to incur, but the data protection that it gives, the assurance that it gives is huge. The benefit out of it,
it will say, if you want to put the figures to this, it's like basically you get a laptop you around $500 or $600, $700, depends on the configuration. So this will start around like $1,300, $1,500, but this is more of a one-time investment. And the best part about using this tool, you don't have to pay for the subscriptions of the model, because you are already using it offline. So you don't have to go for a monthly subscription, because all the GPTs you are purchasing online, it will come with a limited tokens. So once the tokens are over for the day, you have to wait for the next day to come. So here actually you're not using the tokens of any of the multinational companies. Okay, so you are using your own offline GPTs. So you can ask like a number of questions and it will not exhaust. So this is a hardware cost, but there is no software cost in a case of offline. But if you're going online, hardware cost is very minimal, because your machine is like a remote machine. You're taking some remote desktop or RDP, what we call, of some other LLM, and you're just using the Chrome or the browser you have, and out of that you're raising everything. So here in the offline GPT, you have to bear a cost of hardware, but not the software. But in case of online, you also have to bear a cost of hardware to the minimum level. You at least have to start with $300, $400 laptop, and then you have to pay a subscription like a $20 per month per GPT tool, an average some are like the
3 GPTs you have to probably subscribe.
Yeah, so that goes to $100, roughly $100 per month. So instead of that, you can do the capex now, and that machine will last you for like another 3 years or 4 years, depend on the use.
And you have the data protection.
Everything is handled at the back end. Everything is handled. The only limitation of using the offline GPT is that the model may not be updated to the deck. So you have to do a lot of maintenance activities, update the models and update the knowledge bases and something like that.
That also depending on your usage and the kind of cases you use for that. I mean, you may not need it to be updated till today morning. So in that case, yeah.
At the enterprise level, what happens, there are users on a higher side. So the cost is always justified because the same cost can be distributed over the number of persons using that particular thing. We have to scale it up, definitely, extra RAMs and extra GPUs. So it could accommodate all the requests and do some load balancing. But still the costs are justified in a way because if you consider the data, privacy is your topmost priority. If your topmost priority is to get the latest update, you better go with the combination of offline and online. Yep.
Okay. So the users can decide about it, whether you want to go with offline and then invest some on your hardware, and then your software cost reduces and you have more data protection. But depending on the nature of work you do, the kind of cases you use, for that, if you feel that you need to be having the latest updated data in your LLM, then probably you have to do the balancing as Anup is mentioning.
Yes.
Yeah.
So to do it, you have to go that way.
This is really a great insight about the data protection, because a lot of time, especially the younger generation, they use the AI very responsibly because they don't understand the downside of the repercussions of this data breaching, data privacy breaching. So for them, probably this can at least haunt them. Okay, I have to think of my.
Your employer could also take action against you, because you have to understand what kind of data privacy you have to adhere to. Because whenever you are uploading your data for the office or professional level, you are not uploading your own data, you are uploading the data for the organization. So you have to be very careful whether do I have credentials or do I have authority to pick this data or to upload this data online. So you have to be very careful whether you are adhering to your internal privacy policy. And every organization should have a data privacy policy in a way. So what to be shared outside and what not to be shared outside, and how the data confidentiality has to be maintained, and the layers of the data need to know basis kind of framework can be put there. Yep.
Yeah.
It's an authority matrix kind of stuff.
Yeah, and also at the personal level, say you are a graphic designer or you are something like that, and you irresponsibly use someone else's data, then they might sue you also. If there is tomorrow there is something.
See, in the coming era, this we call it this copyrights and all those things. So there are a lot of cases are going to come up on that part of it, because what they say in a normal parlance or as a thumb rule, whatever created by AI cannot be copyrighted. Because nobody can claim IP rights, intellectual property rights over that. So that is the thing. And there are a lot of two school of thoughts on that part of it. How to handle the IP and the data and the privacy and then the copyrights and everything. Who owns this idea and thought process and everything. So it's going to be a difficult time ahead on that part of it. Because there are laws are yet to come and they're upgrading the existing laws, or existing laws are not capable of taking care of whatever happening around.
Yeah. So this copyright issue is absolutely a different vast topic.
Basically, you can call it like a IP issue. Who will claim the intellectual property in that particular thing generated?
Yeah, exactly. So that's a different thing altogether. But we have to at least take care of our own privacy, so that in future we are not in problem, whether it is with the third party or with my employer.
There's a lot of things happening. I'll tell you a very good example as regards to that. There is this deepfakes. Okay, so nowadays the parents are getting a call from the fraudster, and they're using the photos of their children's, and they're making a agent or a model, okay, which will exactly look like your son or daughter, and they're putting a video to you. We have caught that particular daughter of son of yours, and we need so and so dollars to our account, so we will release him. And actually the son is coolly sitting in the school and taking the education, because the parents are not aware, and they're using the deepfakes for blackmailing and extortion of money and all that stuff. So we have to be very careful about that also. The new frauds are coming up.
Oh yeah, so that's what I'm saying. At personal level also, you don't know with the breach of your privacy what consequence it can bring to you. Yeah, so we have to be really responsible about using AI. It is we need to use AI. Now it is the age of AI. We cannot avoid using it, but at the same time, we need to be very, very careful and prudent about using it. And also for the parents, I think it is very important that you give a parental guidance to your children, because children are children, especially the teenagers, and it is our duty to guide them and make them aware of this.
It's basically a two-edged sword. Okay, so you have to be very careful. There are benefits, but there are disadvantages also. The person earlier who want to become a hacker, at least he has to go through like 4 years of training, learn the coding and try to be hacker. But now with the help of the AI, he'll be able to create the codes which he will be able to execute to hack into something. They are trying to put some guardrails. This is also called as a prompt injection in a way. So where people are using the prompts to get some wrong information or wrongdoing, but systems are smart enough to handle that. But still, there is a possibility that they can help they cannot take the help of the same functionality to create something malicious, and they can put it to your systems like that. So to be very careful while opening the third-party links or getting into something which you don't belong, or like getting some international calls from other numbers, because over the call also they are able to hack your systems or mobile phones and get some data. Okay. Not to open a phishing mails and be aware about the phishing website. So basically you have to be very careful when you're roaming around this worldwide network as of now because of this AI thing.
To be getting carried away with, okay, so it's a one-stop solution for me, I can do anything. It's better not to think it that way. There is another side also to it.
You have to take a precaution.
Yeah.
Precaution not to the extent. Yeah. Otherwise you will be duped into something like a financial or personal, something like that.
Okay, yeah. So from there, I would like to come to your personal journey with AI as well. Like how you got interested in AI. Was it because you needed to stay relevant, or it was just out of curiosity?
I'll tell you frankly, like I always kept a very keen interest in the technology since last 10 years. So in spite I'm a chartered accountant, I'm extensively working in this tech tools. I was responsible for drafting some of the codes, and at the thought process level, at the architects level, what are the functionality to be included, some beta testing, alpha testing, and because the engineer may be able to develop a code for tax filing returns or for the audit purposes, but he is not the right person to test the code. So I was also responsible for those kind of activities. So I was doing all this since last 10 years. Last year in the month of October, I enrolled myself for this course in AI and ICI, level 1 course. Okay. So I get to know, okay, a lot can be done in our sector with the help of the AI. See, we have to understand that way ki, there is no systematic way I have learned these things. This is just out of the passion and curiosity. Every day is a new learning for me. So I used to do that way. October, I completed that course and I really developed an interest into all this. So I started working on the various tools. And in the month of January, they had this faculty identification program at the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, AI and ICI level. So I enrolled for that. I got selected, and then I became a faculty. Over and above, then I trained around 4,000 plus chartered accountants in last around 7 to 8 months. So my interest gotten upon considering all that. This is not something I learned AI very long back. This is just a journey of 1 year with the artificial intelligence.
This is so inspiring for us. So viewers, just see right now, I can vouch for that, how good as a trainer he is, as a guide he is, and he's saying that his journey of in this technicality, in this AI journey, strictly started from last 1 year. Though he was always interested, that definitely made it possible. But see, in 1 year he reached here. So for us, we have to take little bit of extra step. We have to take little extra interest to get into it. We all can comfortably become master of our own in AI, and we should not feel threatened. A lot of us are feeling threatened that AI can make me redundant, but if we adapt it in our professional life, it will not make me redundant, rather it will make me more relevant. Yes.
It will do a lot of value addition. We have to understand that way. See, the first thing is that AI is there. It's going to stay. So we cannot have that resistance with the AI. So we should not think in that way. It will go away just a matter of 2-3 years. It's like a balloon and it will burst eventually. That's not like that. So we have to eventually adopt, because everyone is adopting into the system. All the discussions, everything is happening. A lot of discussion are happening at the international level also. It's not at the domestic level. Every country, every company want to get updated to the AI things. But we also need to understand AI is not here to replace us. AI is here to improve our existing skill sets. So whatever the repetitive mundane task where we are spending most of our times in the daily routine, it will help you to reduce that time to the greater extent. So whatever the extra time remains with you, you can do more productive work out of that, which you didn't get the time before. You are all busy with the existing stuff and existing SOPs and processes and all that. So eventually, what I can recommend, it will definitely help you to have more and more time from your professional thing or also a personal thing, and whatever the time remains with you, you will be able to utilize that extra time for your improvements and the productivity and some value additions to the organization, to yourself or to your family or to your friends. It's definitely going to help you. So don't consider it like an enemy of yours. Yeah.
Yeah. And if we continue thinking it is my enemy, then I will actually become obsolete with every passing day.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's very encouraging to know from you that it's really not impossible to make yourself conversant with AI and adapt it in your day-to-day life. I mean, it's inspiring to know from you that. And another
It's not specific sector. We also understand that. It's not a specific sector. Every person, every industry, every domain is being going to impacted with the help of this, because of this artificial intelligence in a lot of ways. The way we are doing the things now may definitely change and the pace of technology is very fast. If I tell you, it's just a matter of last 3 years. All the LLMs, the discussion started around the artificial intelligence. The people are actually using in their machines and laptops. It's just a matter of last 3 years, and everybody is upgrading on that part of it. So what I can recommend to all the audience and all the participants here, okay, this is a high time. You should get into it. There is no better time other than this time to get yourself conversant with the artificial intelligence tools. Yeah.
Yeah, and on the flip side, I would also probably say that just learning AI, don't think you are master of everything. Use the AI as a tool or aid for your own skill set. But don't think that just I have learned how to use a few of these AI tools that I'm master of everything. That is also not right. You need your own professional expertise and
Yes, you have to apply your own brain and mind. There is a concept of human in loop. So whatever the output artificial intelligence is giving may not be correct to today's date. But I'll say it this way, the 70% outputs are correct. Okay. And you have to verify the outputs and accordingly go ahead. There are basically 3 stages to this. Okay. In current stage, we are into stage of artificial narrow intelligence. Okay. Wherein the AI is capable of giving a single task. It's a single task thing, not a multitasking as of now. So whatever you give, you ask him to create an image, it will create an image. You ask him to do the data analysis, it will do the data analysis. Then next stage comes, which is called as a artificial general intelligence. So in today's context, AI is not capable like a human. They are like a 60-70% of human. What a human can do, it will be able to do that. But at the stage of artificial general intelligence, which is expected to come in another 5 to 10 years max, because some companies are already saying that they have reached to the stage of AGIs, like a GPT-5 models of the OpenAI and all that. So they have reached to that stage where they are saying also the Google Gemini 2.5 Pro and all those models, they are like very powerful in a way. Cloud AI was able to do like 30 hours of non-stop coding with their latest model, as we already mentioned in the class also. So this is a ANI, the artificial narrow intelligence. Then comes the AGI, artificial general intelligence. So AGI is something where it will work like a humans, or they will work like at par like a human beings. So that is a stage that is expected to come in another 5 to 10 years. Expected. Okay. Fine, there may be some delays or it will come little early also. Anything is possible in this today changing dynamic scenarios of the worldwide, because there is a lot of the cutthroat competitions going on. Everybody want to get into that AGI step. The one who will get into the AGI first, he will have the lot of monetary benefits because their top line will be definitely impacted with help of that. Then comes the stage which is called theoretically artificial superintelligence. So ASI is the stage where AI capabilities will surpass the human capacities. So it will become more smarter than us. Okay. And that is expected to come in another 15-20 years. So this is a high time we get on board, because this is like a bullet train journey. If you get on board yourself today, that is okay. If you miss the bullet train today, then definitely there is a possibility that you have to come walking and it's a far way to come ahead again. Yep.
Okay, yeah, that's a very nice way to interpret for anyone. I am sure my viewers are by now very, very interested listening to you about all this. So we are almost reaching to the end of our conversation. The last thing that I would like to know from you is, as an faculty for these training sessions, what is your approach to handle your students, I will say, for this, or the trainees who are from the professional background, mostly from accounts background. So what generally is your approach to handle the class?
Okay, so I'll tell you very simple. I'm very passionate about training. So this is something I really like, and I can stand for like 12 hours non-stop, and I can teach you all. And because I'm very passionate. This is something I really love. I like. I do loving every time. The second thing is that whenever I'm conducting any of the training session, I first try to understand the audience and the level of the audience as regards to the technical understanding, and which background basically they belongs to, and what could be the additional local flavorization I can do to the content of my course, so I could create some kind of engagement. Okay, and I could articulate some ideas into the session so they feel like they should not leave the class. That is the first thing. So there is a lot of knowledge transfer, knowledge impartation is happening. So I'll keep all my books open and I'll try to take everything whatever the possible at their end. So there's not restricted by, it's like I'll give only X factor and not giving the Y factors. I'll give both the parts of that particular tools or the functionalities, and what are goods and what are bads, and what it is capable of, what it is not capable of, which one is good in the current stage. So all these things I try to cover. And the another part is that if you want to learn something, you start teaching that. There is a very good saying on that part of it. So I have to be very updated on all the aspects of the AI, whether it's economic impacts or whether what new technologies are coming and what are the latest tool available and what are the functionalities. So I keep myself updated and embrace, because I have to take a sessions and deliver all to all the people. So that is the approach I follow. I make sure that key and the given time, whatever the time frame I get, it could be 2 hours, it could be 6 hours, it could be 18 hours, depends on the class to class. I'll make sure that key I was able to pass the more and more information, and not the information but the knowledge impartation. So I'll try to utilize each and every minute during the session. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because in our class I have seen that there were some very senior members also, who are probably in their day-to-day life not using technology that much, but still they could really learn and they were engaged so much. So that was really a good part of it, and that's why I was trying to think that how you map it. Like some people are like us, we are moderately tech savvy, we use it in our everyday professional life and personal, but some are who are more senior probably don't, and some younger, they are fanatic probably about the technology. So how you balance that, that's really interesting, because what I have seen you doing is you are doing a perfect balance in all these three categories.
Yeah, over the period of this last 1 year and over the period of training to 5,000 plus CAs and other students and everyone, I somehow learned that skill, and I'll improvising on day by day on that part of it. It's a continuous learning process for me also. So I never call myself as an expert of artificial intelligence. I always love to call me as a student of artificial intelligence, and it's going to be like that for my entire life.
That is such a big thing you said. And with that note, we would like to close our session today. And Mr. CA Anup has said that he thinks that he is still a student and he will remain a student forever. And that will probably always make him such a knowledgeable person, keep him a knowledgeable person, because learning will continue. Thank you so much, Anup, for giving us time, and my viewers are really, really enriched with your whatever your knowledge you imparted in this session.
Thank you, ma'am, for this opportunity and such a short notice challenging everything. It is wonderful talking with you. One last message for all of you. I want you to start working on the artificial intelligence as soon as possible. Don't be afraid. It's not something very technical or mumbo jumbo kind of concept. You can start using it, you'll start loving the same, and you'll get addicted. And some addictions are very good in a way. So this is addiction you should get into, and never get into the comfort zone that I know everything and I don't have to learn. So always keep learning, happy learning, and God bless you all.
Thank you so much. With that note, we are ending our session today.